happy Vlogmas day 21. Good morning. It is 6:45 a.m. I woke up super early. I did go to bed early, like I went to bed at like 8:39. So, you know, it kind of makes sense that I woke up early this morning. And because we didn't really have supper last night, we just like snacked while we were watching movies during the afternoon. So by the time supper came around, I wasn't hungry. And then I started feeling nauseous, so I definitely wasn't hungry. I had like a few like clementines, but that was it. So this morning I woke up like at 6 and I was like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. I told my boyfriend like literally like I might get up and go make myself breakfast, and he was so kind and wonderful, and he made us breakfast. So we had breakfast together this morning, which is something that never happens because I never wake up at 6 in the morning, considering I only work at 10. But I mean, I'm up and I'm feeling okay this morning, apart from the fact that I was really hungry. Now I'm fed, so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm probably gonna take advantage of the fact that I'm up this early to put on some Christmas music and vacuum the crap and wash the floors and like do everything that I should be doing. Especially that like we're December 21st. If I do it today, then it'll be over with, you know. It'll be nice for the rest of the week, and yeah, I think that's the plan. So we're probably gonna do that right around now. I'm just sitting down enjoying my coffee before I get to work. But yeah, it's a very weird morning. Can't believe it's December 21st. Like, oh my god. Tonight is, I think it's winter solstice on top of that. Like last night to tonight. Anyways. It's very dark this morning. As you saw, it looks like nighttime, but it's morning. And yeah, I'm just gonna finish my coffee and get ready to do a lot of cleaning. I hope that I can do all the cleaning that I want to do and start laundry too, because our washing machine is very noisy. So I would rather do the laundry now before I start working, so that it's not bothersome when I'm working. So I'm hoping that this week is gonna be very quiet at work. It's hard to tell depending on people's vacations, because even if there's not that many calls, if there's not that many people working, it kind of counteracts one another, because we're all gonna be busier because there's not enough employees. So we'll see. I'm low-key hoping that it's gonna be very quiet and I'm gonna be able to enjoy myself. But we'll see. I'm gonna finish that coffee and go do what I gotta do, and I will talk to you guys later. Good morning. It is a little bit later. It is now 9:30. It's almost time for me to go to work. I'm definitely gonna have to shower. I am so sweaty. But the good news is I vacuumed everywhere upstairs, so the house is pretty cleaned, and the kitchen is clean, the living room is clean. I couldn't wash the floors because near the presents, I don't want to put any water on the floor. So that's gonna go until next weekend, maybe before New Year's. I'm gonna wash the floors because they do need to be washed, but it'll wait until then. Right now it is The word is sleeting, which is by definition, it is a mix of rain and snow or something. I don't know. I saw that word for the first time like last week and I was like, what is that? But yeah, it is sleeting. So it's not very nice out. It's gonna get very wet, very nasty, and that's gonna freeze over. So it's gonna be very dangerous on the roads. Thankfully, we have nowhere to go. So that's the good news. I'm probably gonna go shower and fix up my hair, and I will come back later for some makeup action. Hopefully I can do that in between work, so that I can show you guys a makeup look. But I really just wanted to get the cleaning done over with on the Monday so that we can kick off the week with clean vibes, which is my absolute favorite, because I hate starting the week off with a dirty home. And like working from home, I'm my own concierge. Like I don't have somebody who's gonna come and tidy it up for me to come in on Monday. I have to do that. So you know, maintenance crew, we love that. So I'm, you know, happy that everything is cleaned and I can start off my week. And I'm gonna go shower now and I will talk to you guys later. Good evening. I just finished work and now I finally have the time to do a makeup tutorial. I wanted to do one this morning, but I got very carried away with my cleaning, which is a good thing because everything is great now. So I just start out with a moisturizer. This is the Live Clean body lotion. I don't know. After that, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Luminous foundation in the shade light medium neutral. Very, you know, good foundation. I love this foundation. I used to never ever go for like a super liquid foundation, but there's just something magical about a liquid foundation that's like this liquid anyways. Like I always use liquid foundations, but usually mines are a lot like creamier. This one is very wet, and there's something amazing about that is that it blends everything on top so much more beautifully and seamlessly. There's just something about it. So I'm just gonna sponge my face. Here is my contour trickaroo. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm just gonna do under my eyes, like so. And for my nose, I don't do like a very like line. I just kind of go for it. So we're gonna go like that. If you're wondering, this sponge is the Real Technique sponge. You can buy a duo pack at Walmart. Very inexpensive. This concealer doesn't blend well with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation for some reason. It probably has to do with the ingredients, but it blends beautifully with this foundation. For the rest of my nose contour, this is the L'Oreal Full Wear in the shade Mocha. It's actually way darker than it needs to be. I should be using shade Shatang or Chestnut, but I picked up the wrong one when I went, and I picked up like a way darker shade than I need to. So I use this very, very, very a small amount. So I go in with a nice little tapered brush, and I literally just put one little dot, and I kind of like smear it around just so like it gets the color onto the brush, but it's not like crazy. And I just go and give myself fake shadows on each side of the nose and under my tip of my nose, just to give the illusion of a tiny baby nose. and I bring it all the way up here to connect to my eyes, which is something I never used to do, but I do all the time now. So once I kind of like laid my tracing down, I just go downwards and upwards and downwards, upwards, just to kind of like blend it in. This foundation, because it's so liquidy, it's amazing because it kind of like soaks, like sinks into the skin. I don't know how to explain it, but like any other cream product that I put on top just like blends beautifully. Like I barely need to do anything to get them to blend. Now obviously if you don't want your nose contour to be like this, like sharp, you can put less product, or you can use a lighter concealer than what I'm using. Then I use kind of like a kabuki kind of brush, and I swirl around whatever's left, and I kind of do my cheeks with it. I just swirl it around until I get the desired amount of shadow. Now I will intensify depending this bronzer situation once I'm putting on powders, so I don't really care if it's not like perfect, but sometimes I don't necessarily want bronzer, so this will act as like the only shading I do. So I just try to make it as blended in as possible, because once you set it with powder, you know, you're stuck. It is what it is. So I just blend that in. After that, I set my face with baby powder. I know that's kind of controversial because you know, I just don't believe that like most powders are that much worth the price, unless you're trying to go with like a powder that has a color in it. Like I like the Fit Me powders for that. If I wanted to like go ham and like have like full face, like the most high coverage face ever, you could use a powder like that. But if you're gonna be going with a translucent powder, baby powder works. The only thing is like people say like, oh, it smells weird, but like it smells weird when you first apply it, and then it doesn't really smell. Now, is it like the best photo op or whatever? I've never really, you know, given that the time of day, but you know, it works. Then I just use, this is the Dream Wonder powder foundation, whatever thing it is, in the shade Coconut. But I really just, I bought this at the dollar store. I just wanted like a brownie kind of bronzer color that I could use. And I never want my bronzer to have shimmer in it because I love me some highlight, but I don't want it all over my cheek. Like I want to be able to control where that glitter is gonna go. So I like to use just a regular foundation kind of powder to do that. Then I'm gonna take another fluffier brush and I'm gonna come and intensify this nose contour. Because there's already like a base, I really don't need to like emphasize it that much. Then I can kind of move on to the fun part. So depending on what I'm wearing or what palette I'm doing or what makeup I feel like doing, my blush, my lips, or my eye color is gonna change. Oh, I forgot to do my eyebrows. Eyebrows, I'm gonna use the Mad for Matte Nude Mood palette. It's like, I think $10. Very good palette, super easy to use. I'm gonna find myself a little like, you know, angle brush, and I just dip into the different darker colors and just fill those in. Now, because nobody sees my brows because they're kind of like covered with bangs, I don't really care if they're like really perfect or anything like that. I kind of just wing it most of the time. This is without, not a big, you know, thing. It's just a little thing just to redefine them and darken them, considering my hair is black. And my natural hair color is like a baby brown. I just, you know, like to like fill them up a little bit, but that is it. So then we're gonna move on to eyeshadow, which I don't know what mood I'm in. I kind of feel like doing like just one shimmery color all across the board. So I'm gonna move to a big fluffy brush, and this is the Butt Naked Turn the Other Cheek NYX palette, which I just got. And I'm gonna go into this like mid-tone neutral brown, and I'm gonna put that in the crease. Now it's not picking up. I'm gonna try to see if I can use a different brush. Maybe that can help. I'm gonna go with this one. That's better. It's a very muted color, so I might have to do a little bit of buildup, but that's fine. I kind of don't want, I want like an eyeshadow in the crease that doesn't really look like I have much in the crease, so that's, you know, kind of perfect in a way. So we're just gonna do a little crease action like that. You can kind of see I have something there, but you can kind of see I don't really have much there, which is kind of what I'm going for. And then I take that same color and I like, that's just a new thing I've been doing, but I drag it under my eye and I bring it back into the crease. Here we go. Then I'm gonna take a flat brush. This one is pretty chunky, and I'm gonna go with this kind of like pink color, and I'm gonna smack that all across my lid. It's very like close to my skin tone actually, on here. I might wet my brush. This is just water in an old setting spray bottle, nothing fancy here. After that, I'm gonna go with another flat brush, and I'm gonna go in this beautiful champagne color and come and hit my brow bone just a bit, you know, and the inner corner, just to look more awake. Could use some of that. And after that, I'm gonna take, this is, where is it? This is my highlighting brush, just a like kind of fluffy brush, and I use the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is in Precious Petals. It's like a beautiful champagne color. Love this color so much. And I can kind of just stop here if I'm doing a less glowy look, which I know like this is definitely not a less glowy look, but I like to use like extra sparkle on my highlights, so like this is actually like kind of toned down for me. So I just, you know, do the base. Then I think I'm gonna go with a pink blush today, just because that's fun. So this is the CoverGirl in Classic Pink. I've been using this since high school. Like literally one of my favorite pink blushes. Oh, I'm so dumb. There's pink blushes in here. Let me try to put some on top of whatever I got going on here. Ooh, she is a hot pink. And obviously this is very pink, so we're gonna tone it down. Just use the same brush you use to do your face powder and just blend, blend, blend. It's still very pink, but I don't personally mind it. It's a very obnoxious blush, which, all right, good to know that there's pigment up in here. I'm gonna go with, do I do like pink lip? Do I do a pink lip? I feel like I'm in a pink mood. This is the, hold on, oh my god, Maybelline Color Sensational, I said it right this time, number 233 in pink, and that is Pink Pose, sorry, and this is the cream finish. I prefer a cream finish. I know, like, unpopular opinion, but coming from a girl who has very, very dry skin and whatnot, I just prefer to look hydrated, and I sometimes don't want to deal with like the gloss situation. So having something like this just feels nice on the lips and doesn't feel so dry. And I'm just gonna pull on a wing liner. My go-to wing liner is the H2O Proof wing liner from e.l.f. This is better than Stila. This is better than Kat Von D. This is better than, I used to use the Revlon Color Stay. This is even better than that. It's just a really bomb felt tip kind of liner. If you've never tried it, it's the best. So go get yourself some. So I'm gonna go do that and get back. Then I'm gonna waterline, put a little bit of white. Here we go. From the e.l.f. palette, actually, I'm gonna go back in with this little baby fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in this shade right here, which is like a warm medium brown, and I'm just gonna emphasize the under eye a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, and then I wipe off the brush and kind of blend away, just to say I have a little something going on under the eyes. And now I'm gonna move on to mascara. Right now I've been using the Voluminous by L'Oreal. Not necessarily my favorite, but it is one of the favorites. Like, it's a pretty good mascara. I think mascara is one of those things where you really don't need to buy an expensive mascara from Sephora. It's like so not worth it. Like, honestly, there's so many really good alternatives at the stores, like at the drugstore, that you really don't need to buy crazy expensive mascaras. And now we finish with lashes. So I'm gonna put on some, this is the Kiss Cosmetics Black Strip Lash Adhesive. I either use this or the original lash grip from Ardell, just one or the other. If you're ever curious about what lashes I'm wearing, I'm a bougie ass woman, so I stack together 2 pairs of the Ardell double wispies. So they're already double wispies, and I stack 2 pairs on top of other. So I have quadruple wispies, which makes my lashes like huge, but it's just what I've been doing for literally the longest time, like what I've worn on my eye forever. Last thing I do to make my highlight insane is I use these Annabelle Cosmetics Creamy Single Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Gold. I've been using this for the longest time. And I just put a little bit on my finger and I spread it across where my highlight is. And like that. Sometimes I go really intense, sometimes I do less. It depends on what mood I'm in. As you can see, it is hella sparkly, more than just glowy, you know, like it has like actual glitter kind of vibe. and I just set it with a little bit of a wet beauty blender, and you can see just how crazy blinding this situation is. I love it. It's definitely not a look for everyone. But like when my friend's gonna be on stage or something like that, I love to like give her like this eye-popping glitter crazy moment. But that's pretty much my like everyday kind of makeup look, kind of what I do on a daily basis. This video is probably very long by now, so I'm gonna end it here, and I hope that you guys quite enjoyed this little makeup look, and I'm just gonna go relax for the rest of the night, and I will talk to you guys. Oh my god, Vlogmas day 22. We're getting so close to Christmas. I can't believe it. There's only 3 more days of work left for me, and after that I'm almost off for a whole week. And there's actually like 4 Vlogmases left or something. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in a little bit.